Yo, what's up? It's your boy. Back for another one. Like I always say, 1,000 different things we could touch on, but I'm gonna do a special request and do my best to talk about Ukraine and what it means for us. Now, this ties into my food shortage video at the bottom of my page. I gotta do part 2 of that, by the way. It ties into a lot, actually, because it seems like every video I do, besides the stupid negative content, that it goes back to the same people. And the number one name that always pops up is Klaus Schwab, head of the World Economic Forum, head of Bilderberg, and Davos. You think something like an entity like the UN would tell a Klaus Schwab what to do? Nah, it's the other way around. People needed to get beyond the fact that governments really control a lot, because if you look at it, most of our governments have fallen, and that's evident because outsiders and Nazis at that have moved in, and whatever they say goes. They control the rules. If it's a plague, they control the response to the plague. They control how long it's considered a plague. They control the numbers, the tests, everything about it. Now back on topic. We're talking about Ukraine, the war. What does it mean for us? First, you got to understand that the war is a smokescreen. It's all a smokescreen. There's a reason why I keep re-showing a picture of both Zelensky and Putin at the World Economic Forum. Just because the World Economic Forum erases Putin from their website doesn't mean that I trust Putin. I don't trust any of these world leaders. None. Zero. Zilch. Maybe Bolsonaro. Maybe him. Leader of Brazil. Other than that, none. Because if you look at what they're doing, they always seem to agree with the World Economic Forum. It's like people could write books, and within them books, it becomes policy. But then you get a token show in front of Congress and the Senate and the President where they vote on it, but they already knew, both parties involved already knew the outcome of the bill, what they'll vote on. Now I'm back on topic. I think we all see the rising food prices, the rising gas prices, the rising everything. Everything's going up. It's ridiculous. And people just carry about like life is normal. You don't see the fire at your front door? What happens when it makes it into your bedroom? Then what? Rising gas prices, right? Russia used to ship to us, export around 640,000 barrels of oil a day. The Keystone XL pipeline, that was very quickly, through executive order, stopped, would have gave us 830,000 barrels of oil a day, or 840,000. Now you do the math. That's how much. That is a 200,000 barrel difference. Was it open back up? Did they even consider opening it back up? The best we got was just a token reporter asking a question about it. That's all we got. We don't get no relief. So the gas prices have a lot to do with the war. But remember, the war is a smokescreen. It's all by design. This food shortage is being implemented by design. They are purposely breaking down the supply chain. I mean, fake news could deny it all they want. Anybody could look it up. It's public records. I'm pretty sure every time a fireman goes out to a fire, they got to fill out a report. So when they say there wasn't dozens of food processing plants that caught fire, but then they try to say, no, they said it was blown up. No, people specifically said fire. See how they changed that to say it's not true? But sometimes when you read these fake news articles, when they try to dispute the truth, sometimes they'll mention the truth. Sometimes you can find out a lot of their plans in fake news media. They speak it out in the open. Whenever you see Forbes magazine, the New York Times talking about depopulation, Vanity magazine or anything else talking about depopulation, or maybe we should have less humans on the planet, well, there you go. I hope you get it by now, because we really don't have that much time left. I'm just here to tell y'all the truth, teach you how to fight back, and I lead by example. What else we got to worry about? Fertilizer and grain. Now, it's already been reported. You can go look at my food shortage video. That was before I learned about all these plants. Like I said, there's 1,000 different things happening in the world. You can't really afford to take time off, because you'll start to lose track. And just that little detail alone might be the difference between like turning the tide. You know what I mean? All these food processing plants, that's one part of the supply chain. The grain and fertilizer that's no longer being shipped from Russia and Ukraine, that's another part of the supply chain. Then there's you, the consumer, the customer. You're paying higher prices for these things because we're not getting the grains and the fertilizer and the oil from Russia. You pay higher prices, and that's part of the supply chain. So every step of the way on the supply chain, things are going up, prices are going up. Everybody has to pay more. Everybody now has to work with less, because higher up under the supply chain, that means that the truckers and everywhere else, the food processing plants, what's left of them, that they gotta make up the price somewhere, or stay out or go out of business, because at the end of the day, this is capitalism and it's all about profit. I'm not knocking at capitalism, because it'll actually work if you let it work, instead of letting these source entities brainwash you and have you think, oh, maybe communism never work. Maybe we tried that or socialism now. It ain't working out, man. Shut up, lefty. You're the reason why this country's so messed up in the first place, but you're another video. Now I'm back on topic. Now add that all up. And then you got to go to Agenda 2030, which is the depopulation of 80 to 90% of the people on the planet by the year 2030. And those are their own words. You can see it in the magazines when they talk about it. So it's all part of an agenda. Now add it all up together. You got plagues that's going around. You got plagues that they're talking about releasing. When people are so brainwashed that the next plague, you want to have control of how that plague is run. They're set to vote at the end of this month about giving UN control of plagues. And then you hear the same old people talking about it's coming back, right? Or the next they talk about the next plague. Do you not hear them say that? But remember, it's all a conspiracy theory. Said those who were too ignorant to actually look at the truth. That's Agenda 2030 in a heartbeat. Well, the quick side of it, it's really more to it. So many different ways, and so many ways they game planned it. Whether it be thermonuclear war, or there be cyber war, cyber attack, or there be civil war, which they desperately been trying to push this country towards. Hey, isn't Obama's third term just lovely? But you gotta buckle up though, because you ain't seen nothing yet. The worst is yet to come. This is only the beginning of the new world order. And unless you listen to people giving you these messages, and pay attention to what's really going on in the world around you. Know who the ones who are lying, who the actual real conspiracy theorists are, and the ones who are telling the truth. I always say the truth is going to be the standard. That's never going to change. That's why I'm so hard on myself, so quick to correct myself, so quick to call myself out on bad behavior. Because I was doing negative content for a while, then I realized, you know what? I'm just tearing people down. I'm here to build people up. I don't gotta entertain that. I don't gotta hate with people. I don't gotta hate people. I don't gotta beef with people. But that's just me. You already see the things I cover. Nobody else on YouTube is covering them. So that's a content in itself. The truth will always have people flock. I'm not here for views and likes. I'm here for you to just get the message and pass it along. But that's all I got. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.